Hello, welcome to another video from earnped.com. I am StevieB, happy to have you all with us today. So, my first video of the month for September, I brought you guys to Carnival Island here on Next Island, and I showed you how to get around using the flowers. We've talked about the tickets that you need and the blueprints for those. We've even looked at the wet spot, and we've taken a look at the new blueprint book that Next Island has, showing you some of the old blueprints that you can no longer get, both limited and unlimited, and we've talked about how some of those inputs for those blueprints no longer drop. Personally, after looking at that video, looking at that blueprint book, I really don't see why they even bothered to make it. It just seems like that information really belongs on the wiki and not necessarily in-game. So I really don't see why they bothered to do that. But I wanted to make this video today specifically showing you guys the quote-unquote roller coaster here on Carnival Island. As I said in the very first video that I made, there are some money-making opportunities if you know where to look, and especially whenever you're talking about brand new content. So, off the top of my head, when I very first looked at Carnival Island, the roller coaster seemed to be one of those opportunities. So, when they said roller coaster, I thought they meant an actual roller coaster I could get in and sit down and it would take off and take me around. That is not the case, as you can see here. So, I'm going to get my quad out, because I want to try and get an aerial shot of this if I can, if possible. Okay, I'll try it over here. Let me see if I can get off of here first. Okay, so that's the problem why I can't raise my quad. There's some kind of an invisible wall where this railing is. I don't know how high it is. So it's not actually a roller coaster. That's kind of a misnomer because, again, this is a sci-fi MMO and it wasn't really designed to have this kind of an attraction in it. It's more of a racetrack, even though they call it a roller coaster. So as you can see, it's got some steep curves, some steep slopes. It does go up fairly high, but it's more of a racetrack than anything. As you can see, there's a really sharp turn or bend right here. Now, I have not gotten a chance to drive on it yet. Obviously, I'm just using the quad for the aerial view. There's a dip back here, it looks like you go through a tunnel of some sort. Yep, there's a tunnel right there. So, not a super complex layout. Fairly straightforward. It's just the bends and the dips and the curves and the slopes are going to be fairly sharp. So why do they call it a roller coaster? Well, it's probably about the closest thing we can get in-game to a roller coaster. However, looking at the list of things that there is to do on Next Island, when I said new content usually has opportunities if you know where to look, this is one of the big ones that jumped out at me. Now, I don't know how this is going to work out as far as how the opportunity will actually go for people. However, we want to go up to these NPCs. Let me get back up here. And we have two different NPCs. So one of these NPCs is going to offer us, I believe it's Nikita, a mission to kill 222 screechers. And if we do, we will get a blueprint that will allow us to make a little bumper car. Now, the bumper car can be used on Next Island only. It cannot be used off planet, but it can be used to run the roller coaster. Now, there's a lot of vehicles that would not be appropriate for running this quote-unquote roller coaster / racetrack. However, they've made the bumper car, and it's a reward for doing the mission, and you get it here at the roller coaster. So what do you think might be a good thing to use if you're trying to use this racetrack? Probably one of these here bumper cars. And the bumper cars, the blueprint comes in various colors, so you can pop out a aqua, green, blue, red, purple, yellow, whatever bumper car. Or there's also the choice of getting a blueprint where the bumper car is colorable and you can make your own colored bumper car. So this is one of the things that jumped right out at me, because generally speaking, when you have a situation like this, the first person to get their hands on the blueprint and the first person to be able to pump out the bumper car, the first bumper car, even though it can only be sold on Next Island, tends to be something that people are willing to pay pretty well for. The Nawa sleighs from Tulum, from the Christmas gift, I believe it was last year, 2021, tend to have fairly good selling power. The Witch's Broom, which was a Halloween item on Cali, would be another fairly good example, even though those were gifts and not mission rewards. The closest I can think of comparative to this would be the Nawa Flying Carpet from Tulum. It's only usable on Tulum. Fairly expensive because it costs a small fortune to get everything you need to make it and to be able to successfully craft one. However, something that to the right person, to the right buyer, there may be some really good value there. Now, can I be absolutely sure that these bumper car blueprints are going to be valuable, and if you can pump out the first bumper car, you're going to be able to sell it for really good money? No, I can't, obviously. However, just looking at the list of things that there is to do here on Carnival Island, that seems to be one of the things that kind of jumps out at me. So I'm going to talk to Nikita and see if I can get the mission. Feel like hunting some female screechers today. Just 222 of them is what's needed, and then you can choose some clicks for one of these vehicles. It will cost you 1 bronze ticket to get started. So I don't have any of the bronze tickets on me. However, apparently, in order to get this mission, you have to give a bronze ticket. Makes sense. We're at the carnival. You need to use tickets at the carnival. I didn't really see that one coming, but so be it. So I will come back and get this whenever I've gotten a bronze ticket made, and when I'm ready to go kill some screechers. I'm not going to be doing that today. Do I know what materials are needed to make the different bumper cars? No, I do not. I have not seen the blueprint yet, so I can't tell you how hard they're going to be to craft or what materials are going to be needed. This is a repeatable mission. I don't know what the cooldown period is, but obviously it is repeatable. Now, over here, we have Michael. I'm sure he's going to want a ticket I don't have also, but I will have to craft some and come back. We notice that Michael has some hot dogs. He's got some drinks, it looks like, and some candies. So we'll talk to him. Welcome. You want to race, I assume? Of course. Great. It will cost you 1 bronze ticket to have a go. Just follow the instructions and finish in 2 minutes 35 seconds or less. Oh, and do get started right away or we have to charge you again. You know, maintenance of the track and all that. Easy. And he wants the ticket, and obviously I don't have any tickets on me. So, if you go to talk to Michael and you finish the race, there is an option of one of 2 different rewards at the end of the race. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm going to let you guys figure that out on your own. If you don't want to actually go do the race itself and run the roller coaster track, I'm sure you can find it online. I do not know if there is actually a beneficial use to the rewards that you get, or if it's just something that you would stick in your apartment or in your inventory. I don't know because I don't have that much information. I know what the rewards are. I just don't know if the rewards are decorative or if they have a purpose. So, again, am I a super fan of the whole Carnival Island theme that we've stuck in the middle of Next Island? Not really. However, if I'm looking for those opportunities where I can use this new content to potentially make a little bit of PED, the bumper car thing seems like it might be a fairly decent opportunity, depending on what the inputs are that you need for the blueprint. And I'm really interested to see if the rewards for finishing the race actually have a usefulness, a purpose behind them, or if they're strictly decorative in nature. If they have a usefulness, if the development team thought that far ahead to where you finish the race, you get one of the 2 rewards, and it can be used in-game to do something like activate a buff, that is going to be so much better than if it's just decorative, because that would give us a reason to race this track over and over and over again. And if the bumper cars are probably the most ideal vehicle for running this track, then those items having a usefulness would make the bumper cars more valuable and would give us a reason to make as many bumper cars as we can and to get our hands on the bumper cars as quickly as we can. I just don't know if they thought that far ahead. Hopefully, if they have not thought that far ahead, they can come in and in a future version update, they can make those items from the racetrack mission super useful in game, maybe with some kind of a buff activation, and then add additional value to the bumper cars, therefore leading to more demand, more people trying to create the supply. Hopefully it can just kind of snowball on top of itself. I'm hoping they already thought of it without me having to go down that thought process for them. If not, I hope they see this and kind of understand where players' minds go. I don't want to run a racetrack just to get something decorative to stick in my inventory or in my apartment. I've got enough crap clogging my inventory already. I've got enough crap clogging my storage already. However, if that is a consumable item that I can actually use that some way helps me in game, I'm probably going to want to do this mission over and over and over. And if those bumper cars do end up being the best vehicle possible for running this roller coaster racetrack, then that would be even better. So I hope, bare minimum, that it's fun. I hope it's profitable for some of you guys. And I hope that the development team sees this video, since it will be part of Ascension for this month, and they actually see my thought process here and go, oh, now we're starting to see how the players think. So I hope that comes in handy too. But Next Island has been doing a really good job. Their development team has been doing a really good job, and I want to give them credit where credit is due. So we'll be heading over to Tulum, to Cyrene, to Arcadia, and Rocktropia the next couple of days. We'll be checking out some missions there, some things we can do there, some ways to earn PED some of you might not be aware of, some ways to get ahead in game you might not be aware of. For now, I'm going to leave it there. Hit that subscribe button and that like button, because there's always a hater trying to hit that dislike button for some reason. Head over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn. That's by far the best way you can support us. And we'll be back with more content for you guys later. Sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.